If you've ever wondered how to make a QR code in Tinkercad, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way to create a QR code model that you can use in your Tinkercad designs and even prepare for 3D printing. Now, Tinkercad does not have a built-in QR code generator, so the trick is to create the QR code outside of Tinkercad and then import it the right way. This method is simple, clean, and works really well if you want a sharp, printable QR code without wasting time on complicated tools. Before we jump in, if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy software tutorials just like this. It really helps support the channel, and I've got more step-by-step guides coming your way. All right, let's get started. The first step is to generate your QR code using a free online QR code generator. You can use a website like QR Code Monkey or any reliable QR code generator you prefer. The important part here is not just making the QR code, but exporting it in the correct format. When you download the file, make sure you choose SVG format. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics, and that is exactly what you want for Tinkercad. Avoid PNG or JPEG if your goal is a clean 3D result, because image files like that can look blurry or poorly defined when imported. Once you've downloaded the SVG file, open Tinkercad and go to your project workspace. If you don't already have a design open, create a new one so you have a clean area to work in. In the top right corner, click the Import button. This is where Tinkercad lets you bring in outside files like SVGs. After clicking Import, select your SVG QR code file from your computer. Tinkercad will load the import settings, and this part is very important. QR codes often come in much larger than you expect, so set the scale to something smaller, like 10% or 20%. This helps keep the imported QR code manageable and properly sized for your design. Once the scale looks right, click Import again and let Tinkercad process the file. Now your QR code should appear in the workplane as a flat 3D object. It will usually look like a thin, extruded plate made from the black and white QR pattern. At this stage, you may need to reposition it or resize it depending on your project. Use the selection handles to move it around and make sure it fits where you want it. The next step is to adjust the height. Click the white center handle on top of the QR code and drag upward or downward to change how tall the model is. If you're making this for 3D printing, a height of 2 mm to 4 mm is usually the sweet spot. That gives you enough thickness for the QR code to print clearly without making it too bulky. If you want it to sit on a base or plaque, you can add a shape underneath it in Tinkercad and align the QR code on top. That can make it easier to print and also make the final result look more polished. Just be careful not to distort the QR code pattern too much, because the squares need to stay sharp for the code to scan properly. Before you finish, always double-check that the QR code is still readable. A good tip is to test the code with your phone before printing or sharing it. If it scans correctly on screen, you know your source SVG is clean and your import settings are working well. And that's it. You've now learned how to make a QR code in Tinkercad using a simple SVG import method. It's fast, beginner-friendly, and perfect for custom projects, labels, signs, and 3D prints. If this video helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.